Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to a special edition of Ray and Benny Talk Sports. We are going to focus on the power rankings of the Canadian teams in the NHL. Bro, we're going to go from 7 to 1. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Not bad. It's the weekend. We're in Winnipeg. Some good sports action. I'm going to enjoy some UFC. I'm a bit of a UFC fan. They got the Kobe against, I'm also bad with names. But any which way, Colby, whatever, he's going to get hopefully whooped by Masvidal. Anyways, we'll do UFC maybe sometime in the future. But let's get into these power rankings, 7 till 1. Brother, let me go first. At number 7, I have the Ottawa Senators. They're kind of meh. They had a horrible month of February. They scored just a bit over 2 goals, which was second last to San Jose. They're not fun to watch. Everyone says, they have a great young core, but as of right now, they're at the bottom of not only my Canadian NHL power rankings, but my NHL power rankings. Lost both their games last week, bro, including a loss to Montreal.
Yeah, and that's who I'm going with at number 7, Montreal. So to me, they've made strides, obviously, with St. Louis coming in there. Yeah. And he's got them playing a little bit better. And actually, they've won 6 or 7. But I want to see a little bit more out of them. They ended up losing to Winnipeg. They beat Calgary in overtime.
Yeah.
So St. Louis hasn't played them well. I'm excited to see what they can do for the rest of the season.
5 in a row. So obviously, we're flipping here, right? Yeah. I have Ottawa. You have Montreal. Now I have Montreal at 6. You have Ottawa.
I have Ottawa at 6, yeah.
Explain that, bro. Ottawa, they just lost to Montreal. Montreal, like you said, they went on a thing, a streak 5 in a row. Martin St. Louis seems to have brought his grinding, workaholic type style, smaller player, Hall of Famer style to Montreal, and they're all in. So why are you going to take Ottawa before Montreal?
To me, so far, Ottawa still had the better part of the season. They're higher in the rank or the standings for me. Yeah, they've had a little bit of a slip up here. But to me, I still like their core of guys, the young guys that they have compared to what Montreal is going in with. Yeah, Montreal's playing better right now, but to me, Ottawa still has that better core of young guys to take them into next season. So that's why I'm keeping them at 6 for now.
Yeah, true. But we ain't talking about next season.
No, we're not.
About this season. Yeah. And the thing with Montreal that scares me is that they're starting to look like that Stanley Cup team. Not as consistent, but the team that kind of went on a tear at the end of the year. And I don't believe they're going to get to the Stanley Cup this year. I'm just explaining my position of taking them over Ottawa. I have no optimism or hope with Ottawa this season, bro.
They got some good young guys. They
just lost to Montreal.
They lost that Batherson guy, and Jake Batherson, and it kind of set them. They were already at the bottom of the rankings, anyways, but it set them more in a spiral over the last month or so. But he was having a pretty good season until he went down. So we'll see when he gets back, if he gets back, and what happens between the two of them. But to me, they're both way at the bottom of the rankings, anyways.
Oh, horribly at the
both
bottom.
Not even. They don't have a chance at any Canadian team to even make the playoffs. So
yeah. I know I said something about not talking about the future, but I would like to see this Montreal team with a healthy Carey Price behind them playing.
But he's one more year older though next year, right?
That's fine. But he also took a year off physically.
That's true.
Physically. Yeah. So interesting there. Interesting. Who do you got for number 5, bro?
I got your boys at number 5, the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know what to say about them really at this point. We've talked about them a few times over the weeks, and to me, they're just blah. Another game against Dallas where they go down in overtime. Ugh. I gotta say they played a pretty good game against Dallas.
Yeah,
they just got Holtby'd. Holtby was making saves, and I was like, "Come on, man."
Yeah.
Next game Holtby's gonna let in 6 goals, kind of thing. But he played pretty good. But to me, they're at number 5.
I have them also at number 5. Just up and down, yo disappointment. Everything that you said, and everything that we've said for the past 3-4 month or two. That there's no consistency, no identity, no leadership, despite the fact that they have Kyle Connor, Connor Hellebuck, Mark Scheifele, Blake Wheeler. They're just such a disappointment, brother.
Oh, they are.
At number 5, seriously, man.
The thing is, you get your hopes up. We've talked about this. They get their hopes up, and then it's just straight back down. Like even watching them yesterday, I'm like, "Okay, you're doing pretty good." They took the lead, and yeah.
Ugh, I can't.
How about that Svechnikov though? Another point.
That's my boy right there. That's my boy right there. I'm not lying to you. That's my boy. I'm pining for that guy to play. So I'm happy with that. Lowry has made another good decision. One of two, maybe one of one.
Did he make it himself, or injuries help him make it? Just like Pomo.
Oh my gosh, Pomo. Well, I almost yearn for the days of Pomo, but before
goodness.
Well, look at this team now. My goodness, nothing. Let's go to number 4. I'm interested to see who you got. I got Vancouver. They're kind of up and down team as well, but they had that nice run when Boudreau first came in, and they still look like a decent team. They have Thatcher Demko as a goalie. What's funny to me is that in the 3 losses they've had in the past few games, they're down by like 5-0, 5-0, 6-1, and Bruce Boudreau said he can't figure it out. So that's not a good sign. But who do you got at number 5, bro?
I agree with you on that one. I got Vancouver as well. 7-3 in their last 10. So like you say, pretty good. They beat Calgary. They beat the Rangers. But then they go and lose to New Jersey, like 7-2. So like, again, up and down. You don't know what you're getting, kind of like the Jets, like what's showing up. They're 4 points out of a wild card spot. So they're still in the thick of things. Which is way better than where they were before Boudreau got brought in. But
absolutely, eh? What a disaster.
Oh my God. So at least they hired a somewhat decent coach. Like the Jets, I don't know what they did there, but
hey, they gave up.
Yeah.
Mike, how else can you explain it, brother? They just gave it to Lowry. Come on.
Chevy still thinks they got a chance, man.
Whenever you have to use a phrase, they are mathematically not out of the playoffs, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Come on now. They haven't been able to string games together.
No, not at all. Like I said, they played good against Dallas, and then we'll see how they play their next game. Probably be terrible.
Why are we talking about number 5 in the power rankings? We've moved on to number 4. This is horrible. Winnipeg Jets. I'm sorry. Who do you got for number 3 on the power rankings?
I got the Oilers. 6-3-1 in their last 10. We in one of our episodes we did talk about the big test for the Oilers was coming up at the end of February, where they had a tough stretch of 4 games. They didn't do great in that against Tampa, Florida, Minnesota. I can't remember what the other one was. They went 1-3 only there. So they seem to have a decent time beating the weaker teams, but struggle to beat the better teams. So right now they're tied for that wild card, just out on the outside because of tiebreakers. So obviously they still got a chance. Goaltending's still the issue. So, but again, I could see them making the playoffs, but not going very far unless they can trade for a goalie.
Well, are you hinting at something?
There's that Marc-Andre Fleury guy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about 37 or something.
Oh, like God. If the Jets trade Hellebuck, I'm out.
I was like, you on Twitter too much, bro?
No,
you on Twitter too much.
Yeah. Mark. Comrie's the answer now, right? Eric Comrie. Kept saying Mike Comrie.
He played for Edmonton, yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that. I don't have Edmonton at number 3. I have Toronto at number 3. Yeah, Austin Matthews is playing great, but their goaltending has become a bit shaky in the past little bit. And when 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 Detroit and Buffalo put like 5 and 7 on you respectively, like, again, bro, what line do I use for this team? They are who we think they are. And I don't think they're built for the playoffs.
Are they ever built for the playoffs?
That's true. 100%. And not that I'm saying that Edmonton is, because obviously I think we're flip-flopping on these ones too.
Yeah.
Because I do have Edmonton at number 2. Not that Edmonton is built for the playoffs, but since we're talking about playoffs, if there was an Edmonton-Toronto matchup, I think I'd take Edmonton in that matchup. And that's why I pretty much took them at number 2. If you're letting Buffalo and Detroit hammer you with goals and you're looking at Edmonton, man, I won't take Edmonton, even though their goaltending is also a bit shaky.
10-9 games, 10-9.
Yeah. Well, why do you got Toronto at 2 over Edmonton?
Just because they've had still, again, for me, like they're pretty much over the last 10 games, they're pretty much the same. Toronto's still, way higher than Edmonton in the standings. Toronto's actually in a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Third in their division and all that. So, but like you say, they are giving up a lot of goals. Goalies are struggling. And it's not pretty when you beat Detroit 10-7 and you lose 5-1 to Buffalo Like those aren't good signs at all. And I know, yeah, Austin Matthews is on a tear. I think he's got a couple tonight. So he's at 40, I think, already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, scoring is not a problem for Toronto. Scoring is not a problem for Edmonton. But again, goaltending, I think, is going to hamper both these teams unless somehow one of them can make a deal for not Hellebuck, but Marc-Andre Fleury.
Wasn't it like maybe 2 months, maybe 1.5 months ago where Campbell was being mentioned in Vezina talks?
Vezina, yeah.
Get out of here with that.
We talked about earlier at the when we did our predictions. One of the biggest issues was Toronto and Edmonton was their goaltending, right? And Campbell had a wicked year last year, not bad in the playoffs. But yeah, this year the wheels have fallen off, and even Peter Mrazek hasn't been able to fix that at all.
No,
and then look at Frederik Andersen, what he's doing.
That's what I'm about to say. They're just looking at Freddie. They're like, oh, he messed that up. Well,
now he's the one being talked about as a Vezina candidate, right? So
yeah, exactly. Oh, and you know who else is a Vezina candidate? The goalie for number 1 team here. I got
Jacob
Calgary.
Yeah.
Calgary, man, they are number 1 in my Canadian NHL power rankings. You know, they had that huge 10-game winning streak that was snapped by the Canucks.
Yeah,
we talked about earlier, but they're back on track again. You know, they and Markstrom is their backbone. And you know what's surprising? Coach Sittler. I remember at the beginning of the year, Sutter. Thank you. I was like, he's too old. The game's passed him by, but he got this team going, bro.
Yeah, he's figured it out. And again, Markstrom obviously is a big part of that. Yeah. Great goaltending always makes a coach look awesome, right? But like you said, like they've only lost twice in their last 14. One against Vancouver, one against Montreal in overtime, which is something else. But yeah, red hot, you know, and they're just humming along. And all those games they've won, it's not like they were 1-goal games. They blew out some teams and some good teams.
Yeah.
You know? So none of those games were close. So yeah.
And like in the month of February, taking that Vancouver 7-goal game away, I'm going to look at the stat line here: 2-2, 3-2, 1-0, 2, and 1 game with 5. So
yeah,
if your goalie's hanging on there with 2 goals, and you're in good shape.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You lose 1 game in the month of February. Good God.
Yeah. We can only dream of that here in the Peg.
Yeah.
Such a
keep dreaming, man. Keep dreaming. Maybe next year.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Thank you for joining us, friends and neighbors, for the special edition of the Canadian NHL Power Rankings. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think. Look for past episodes, and we got some future guests coming up pretty soon that we're going to keep on the hush-hush, but stay tuned, subscribe, leave your notifications on. Benny, you have anything to say to the people?
Not too much. Have a good one.
Be kind.
That's it.
Are you sure?
That's it. Yeah.
You don't want to talk about the Jets no more? Okay, on that note, be kind, be safe, help each other out. Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.